Welcome into the Bears Den, where we have a big crosstown matchup tonight. Teurlings Rebels come into town to take on your Carencro Golden Bears. Carencro 15-4 on the year. Teurlings coming in at 16-9. I'm Blaine Viator, joined alongside Coach Derek Franchek. Coach Fran, this is going to be a game where Coach Kovac said points could be at a premium, as Teurlings has a lot of length. They got a guy go 6'8". They got another guy that goes 6'7". Carencro is going to have to make shots from the outside and beat them down the court tonight.
Yeah, last time we were here, Blaine, we were very impressed at how we got on the offensive boards. But we kind of outsized those guys that time. Tonight, we'll be undersized, may not get as many offensive boards, and I agree, we're going to have to find a way to make points on the perimeter.
And this is a Teurlings team that's going to throw a lot of different looks at you. They might go man-to-man, zone, mix it up, sometimes within the same possession, Coach says. So they're gonna make it a little uneasy on you, try to confuse you. You have to exploit the matchups where you find them. I think for Carencro tonight, it's going to be to beat them down the court. It's going to be able to get that long rebound and get down the floor before they could set up the defense. That'll give you the best chance to score some of those unexpected points.
Yeah, definitely going to have to push the pace and play, fast-paced basketball. It's not always what we want to do, but, you got to do what's right for the situation. And I agree, Blaine, tonight we need to try to make them uncomfortable by pushing the pace up and down the floor.
And this Teurlings team, they're very impressive on the eye. They shoot the ball extremely well. We mentioned the two big guys they have in Senegal and Warren that could bang inside, but they run the floor very well. If you leave the wide open spot-up shooters open, they're going to make you pay. It's going to have to be disciplined defense, going to have to be a lot of help side, and you're going to have to close out on those outside shots.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you face these guys that you're outsized, you just got to be physical and keep them out the paint. Force them to shoot shots that they're not necessarily comfortable with. And if they make them, we'll deal with it, but don't let them get in the paint where they're comfortable and just, lay up and easy shots all night. We got to keep them out the paint.
Carencro continues their hot streak to start the season as they're up to 15-4, Coach, in non-district play, and in districts starting to ramp up. It's getting closer and closer. But these games right before really shape you and kind of mold you into the team you're going to be. And you kind of see that with the way Coach is starting to tinker with the lineup a little bit. When we were here, a couple weeks back, totally different starting lineup tonight. Tonight they're going to go BJ, Joseph Jones, Chance Babineau, Hayden Monroe, Kendrick Bernard, and Jayton Baptiste are going to be the starters. So a couple new guys in there. It's all guys that see a lot of run throughout the year. But when you're trying to really solidify who your guys are going to be when you can count on district play, you can kind of start getting the feel as it inches closer.
Yeah, I mean, you got to find a hot hand, and we've played enough games now where those football guys, there's no more excuses. You're back in action. You've been playing for, 19, 20 games, There's no more excuses. We're all in basketball shape, ready to go. And, put the hot hand on the court and see who's the best as we make it through this game.
And this has been a Carencro team that's kind of traveled all over, made their way to a couple tournaments over the holiday season. Played very well there, too, against some tough opponents. That's going to bode well for them come district and playoff time. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, it'll be tip-off action right here from the Bears Den on your home for everything Carencro High, the Carencro Bears Network. It's almost tip-off time here from the Bears Den. Carencro inching closer to the non-district matchup against crosstown foe, the Teurlings Rebels. Teurlings tonight coming in hot as well, 16-9 on the season. They've been streaky. They're a team that could put up a ton of points, but they can go cold as well. Coach Franchek, Carencro tonight is going to have to, like we mentioned, try to control the pace and limit the touches from the big folks. Senegal goes at 6'7", and Warren goes at 6'8". Don't let the size fool you, though. Some of those guys handle the ball really well and can shoot from the perimeter.
Yeah, and Blaine, look, number 10, Price, he's 6'3" as well. Bunch of height on the court for the Teurlings Rebels.
Teurlings wins the tip and gets the opening possession. Carencro's going to come out in a man-to-man defense, matching up with him. Bodying up on the inside was Hayden Monroe, but straight to the rack goes Senegal and finishes for 2.
Yeah, that's one of those times we let that big man get in the paint. We got to body him up and make him earn everything they get.
Jones gets it out to the outside to JB. Jones with the open shot. He's going to go ahead and take it. Drills it from the outside. 3-point basket is good to get Carencro on the board.
Great job taking the shot. If they're going to leave you open, we got to make them pay and hope that those types of shots fall if they're going to give them to us.
And if you're going to force them to play a little help side defense, if they're going to give you an open look, I'm with you, Coach. Take them and make them pay. Good job by Monroe really bodying them up. Close out a little strong, leaving a man wide open, but good help side defense closes out. Shot goes up too long. Rebound underneath. Put back no good. Carencro still battling for the rebound. Another offensive board for the Rebels. Going to be batted out of bounds by KB. I'm going to say it goes off of a Rebel, Carencro basketball.
Off of a Rebel.
It's kind of funny to see how small Monroe and Baptiste look tonight in the ball game with the monsters from the Rebels.
No doubt, man. I mean, they're towering over us. Just like right here, Blaine, he had to kind of alter his shot. He's 5'4", shooting against 6'8". That's tough.
Little floater, not necessarily maybe what he wanted to do, but like you mentioned, when you have those twin towers underneath the basket, kind of forces you to do different things. Jones is going to reset up the offense. Teurlings so far playing that little sag zone. Open look at the elbow for Monroe, gets blocked. Come from way down low to block that one. Quickly down the floor, going to come the Rebels. Senegal's going to get fouled. The big man can handle the rock.
Looks like the foul was called on number 4, Chance Babineau.
Carencro's going to have to battle the bigs tonight and keep them unbalanced. So far, the open 3 made by Joseph Jones on Carencro's opening possession, their only points. You see how they just able to stack those guys, though, into the paint, continue to force you to take some shots that might be off course, even though they can't block them. Second free throw is going to be up and good. Teurlings is going to take the lead back 4-3. Jones trying to get down the floor a little quicker this time, gets it over to Babineau. Babineau over to Monroe, back out to the top of the floor. You kind of see those two guys, they stay on those 2 low post blocks, Coach. They're not forcing them to come out. You're going to have to start hitting some shots if you want to force them out of that defense.
Yeah, I mean, they're standing there on the post, but those guys are standing on the post, and it looks like they're still guarding us, beyond the 3-point line as tall as those guys are.
Teurlings going to slow the pace down a little bit. I mean, you saw the length that they have, though, where he came over and blocked the shot when Monroe took it at the elbow. He started that possession way down low.
Looks like we got a guy down for the Teurlings Rebels. That's number 22, Warren, on the floor holding a knee. I hope for that young man that he's okay.
Looked like a couple guys bumped knees there. I didn't see the Carencro defender that he bumped knees with, but 6'8" senior currently on the ground with looks to be a knee injury. Little ginger, but he's up and moving on his own accord. Coach, they're big. They got got some fantastic size to them. I'm impressed with how well they move, too, for their size and how they're able to bring the ball down the court.
Yeah, entering the game for the Rebels is number 12, and Blaine. I mean, he's not on our roster here, but I bet you he's 6 foot as well.
Finishing underneath is going to be an easy 2-hand dunk as they were able to find Senegal right behind Monroe. Extend the Teurlings lead to 6-3. Jones now with the ball at the top of the key. Gets it over to Babineau. Babineau in the corner to Monroe. Monroe with the baseline jumper, too strong. Baptiste gets the rebound, gets it back up top to reestablish the offense. Jones gets into the paint, flips it over to Baptiste. He takes it off the top of the glass. Help side defense with the block. He's going to bring it down the court and take the elbow jumper. It's going to be too strong. Carencro looking to come up with the rebound. It's going to be off of a Teurlings Rebel and Carencro basketball in the front court. That was close to being goaltending on the block, huh?
Yeah, he got it right before it hit the board.
You can see they're making Monroe and Baptiste play a little bit unconventional to their style with the size. Jones getting the ball deep into the defense, hits the open cutter, and Babineau goes up and under, couldn't come up with the shot. Why he didn't block it, though, again, continue to make you take shots you're not very comfortable with.
Yeah, you know, if he'd have went up right where he was, it probably would have got blocked, went up and under, and just a little too strong.
Attacking the rim now for the Rebels, too strong. Baptiste comes up with the rebound, gets it over to Jones. Jones quickly down the floor, gets it to Kendrick Bernard. Bernard whips it inside to Monroe. Monroe too strong. Looked a little uncomfortable there. Didn't know if he wanted to take the little hook or a jumper. They're going to get the big man with a charge. Monroe comes back down on the defensive side of the floor and forces the turnovers on the Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, going back again, I know we said it already, Blaine, but, you know, those big guys inside are forcing us to alter our shots. We can't just drive to the basket and lay it up. They're worried they're going to get it blocked, and we're having to pull up and hit the close-range jumper and just not falling at the moment.
Also, Carencro's bigs. You can see how uncomfortable they are when they get the ball low. It's almost look like they're looking to get rid of it quickly. Monroe gets it at the top, over to Babineau. Over to Baptiste. Back to Chance. Chance trying to set up the offense now, gets a pick from KB. Back over to Baptiste and back over to Jones. Just like Coach Kovac said, points will be at a premium. So far tonight, it reigns true. Monroe from the outside, no good. Baptiste comes up with the offensive board, gets it over to KB. KB gets it back to Jones at the top of the floor. It's a much methodical pace for the Bears right now, as they're able to get it over to Babineau. Babineau from the outside. It's short, rebounded by the Rebels, and they'll regain possession of the basketball.
Blaine, you know, they're leaving our bigs open on the perimeter, but we're not taking those shots. And, you know, at some point we may have to take the shot with the bigs and find ways to score points.
Lob the basketball in right there to Senegal, but good defense by Hayden Monroe forces it out of bounds, and Teurlings is going to take out the basketball. In for the game for Carencro is going to be Wilson Landry. Coming out for the moment is going to be Hayden Monroe. I can't imagine he's going to be out long in this matchup. Teurlings, Carencro back in the zone now as Teurlings looking for their open shot. Teurlings doesn't look very comfortable in this matchup. Carencro's going to go back to a man look now. It's going to be batted away and picked up by Carencro.
Great job of defense right there by the Bears, manning them up and forcing the turnover.
Landry coming into the game quickly, lets one fly, and it's just short. Rebounded by the Rebels, and then a quick foul on Carencro. That was Jaden Baptiste who picks up the foul. That's his first of the night. Boy, 6-3, Coach. Who's pitching tonight, huh?
Not a bad analogy there. It's 22 for the Rebels, enters back in the game. Looks like the big man Warren must be okay as he re-enters the game.
With both of those big guys in there and Monroe being on the bench, you got to think that Carencro's going to have to go to a zone look and not be able to be in man, as Coach is begging for the defense to back up. Wilson Landry guarding Warren. I mean, he gives him almost a foot and a half, Coach. Chance Babineau with the nifty defense. Gets around him and finishes at the rack. They are going to call a foul. Charge, no basket right there as Babineau draws the charge. That's an interesting call. I called it pretty late, too. I'll tell you. I didn't see that one.
I didn't quite see it either, Blaine, And
Jake Dewitt is very upset right there. I don't blame him. Chance was playing really good defense. It looked like he got past him. I don't know if he used the forearm to create a little separation, but they did get him with the offensive charge. It's going to be Carencro's basket. Teurlings still leading 6-3.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Dewitt is very upset and letting the referees have it.
Came late,
he
too.
probably should be.
It came late. 6-3, 1:40 left to play in the first quarter. Almost a whole quarter of play. Carencro would steal the long bucket coming from Jones on their opening possession. Babineau at the top of the key, over to Baptiste. Baptiste is going to let it fly from the outside. No good. Rebounded by Wilson Landry. Tries to go up with it, but blocked by the big fella, Senegal. Coming down the court now for the Rebels as they're trying to get it inside and take advantage of the height matchup. They're going to get Wilson Landry with a push from behind.
Yeah, the big men on the other side. Blaine, they don't even have to get off. They don't have to leave their feet to block the shots.
Landry's with a huge disadvantage on the height right now as he's battling, though. The old soul senior continues to do anything this coaching staff asks for him. Whipped out to the outside, open three-point look for the Rebels, too long. Rebounded by Babineau, gets it over to Bernard, back to Jones. 46 seconds left to play in the quarter. Carencro's going to try to establish some offense.
Yeah, I think we got to just move the ball around and try to find the open man. It's one of those things where every time we get in the paint, we're getting altered shots and just got to keep on pushing.
Big take right there by Babineau. He gets the rebound after his missed free layup. Open look on the outside, no good for Bernard. Teurlings gets the long rebound as they're running out into their offense. Boy, it looked like Babineau finally got Carencro off of the mat after not being able to score since the opening possession. 9 seconds left. It's going to be a lob look underneath. I'm going to call a foul on the floor on Baptiste. That's going to be Baptiste's second foul of the night. Teurlings is going to take the basketball out underneath their own hoop. Lob it in. Spin move, and then finishes with the right hand is Senegal. It's now 8-3. That'll do it for the first quarter. Not a whole lot of offense to talk about. Carencro trails by 5. When we come back, we'll see if the offense can get going right here on your home for everything Carencro High, Carencro Bears Network.
It's your foundation, your future, and your dream. At Edge Mortgage, we don't just process loans, we unlock possibilities. Local experts, personal service, faster closings, because your dreams deserve nothing less. Call us today to get your dream of home ownership started. Edge Mortgage, the key to your home.
At Raising Cane's, we're hyper-focused on being the best at what we do and getting it right every time. Cook-to-order chicken fingers, cane sauce, crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, Texas toast, iced tea, and lemonade. It's our one love. But is the hype real? Yeah, it's real good. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Welcome back to the Golden Bears trail 8-3 after a quarter of play. Blaine Viator joined alongside Coach Derek Franchek. Coach, I'm trying to get excited, but this offense so far tonight kind of in a stymie. Just can't
it's a
get it
little
going.
stale. Kovac and company, we're a little concerned about that. Talking with them about this game, and he's they got to find a way to get it going.
Shoot him out of that zones one way as Baptiste lets it fly. Wasn't able to finish. It was rebounded by Teurlings, but then thrown out of bounds. Coming in for the game for the first time tonight for the Bears, too, was Dentrell Morrison. See if he could be a spark plug for the Golden Bears. Babineau's going to take it out underneath his own basket. Gets it over to Bernard. Bernard drives it into the lane, gets blocked. Another big block by Senegal as Bernard was trying to go up for 2.
Yeah, as the game progresses, it's just consistently altering shots or getting shots blocked. We're going to have to find a way
You have to shoot them
to
out.
pull up and hit the jump shot and make it fall.
Some of that mid-range, too, maybe, Doesn't necessarily have to be the 3 ball. Morrison with a nice take in the lane. Couldn't come up with the finish, though. It's about as close of a look as they got. Teurlings is going to throw it out underneath their own underneath the Carencro basket to give the Bears the ball. I thought Morrison had the finish there. That was a nice take away from the body of the bigs. Just couldn't let it fall. Monroe's going to come in, and they're going to give Baptiste a breather. Baptiste with already 2 fouls on the night. Bernard gets the ball, whips it out. Open 3 look for Bab. Off the back iron, rebounded by Teurlings.
Just can't find a way to make the shots fall, Blaine, and, kind of a tale of the night so far, and we got to get that to turn around somehow.
Basketball's a game of runs. I think Carencro's going to hit a stretch where they're able to make quite a few shots. Just hadn't seen that stretch happen yet. Teurlings gets the ball deep into the Carencro defense, and they'll call Seabab with a reach foul. Teurlings will take it out underneath their own basket. The wingspan of these fellas, Coach. 3 look from the outside, in and out, rebounded by Monroe. Keep the lead at just 5 for the Teurlings Rebels. Morrison now trying to establish the offense. Looks like they're looking a man look. That's about as good of a look as we got, though. Wilson tried to go into the body to create some separation, just couldn't come up with the shot. They're trying to battling underneath. They're going to call the foul on Wilson Landry, who's doing everything possible to stay in front of his man. He gives quite a bit of height to. Checking in for the game, it's going to be number 5, Derek Lotz, the senior, coming in to spell Wilson Landry, who had already had a couple fouls.
The big man had the arm wrapped around him. I guess it could have been called either way, but we'll take it and continue to play ball here.
Going to go underneath now. Going to be off of a Rebel. Give Carencro the ball. That's one thing I'll say. Teurlings kind of sloppy a little bit with the basketball, allowing Carencro to really stay in this game despite the offensive woes that we've seen. If Teurlings was shooting it lights out and possession the basketball, this game could have got away for Carencro already. Nice pass from Babineau to KB. KB underneath the hoop. He can't finish either. It's going to be rebounded by Teurlings. They'll bring the ball back down the floor.
And that was one of the first.
At Carencro Automotive Center, trust drive.
And have the size advantage and just couldn't make them pay.
Drain bucket right there from Warren at the elbow. Extends the Rebels' lead 10-3. 5:30 left to play in the first half as D-Lots looks to establish some offense. Monroe gets it deep in right there. That's about as uncomfortable as he looks, though, Coach. Just kind of like in between for him. It's like he doesn't know if he wants to take a jumper or what he wants to do with the ball. Be a turnover right there as Morrison was trying to get the ball inside the paint. Quickly up down the floor are the Rebels, and they'll finish at the rack to extend their lead to 9 points now.
You know, the Rebel shots are starting to fall, and we got to find a way to score some points too, or it could end up getting
It could get away from
a
you
little
quickly.
ugly.
D-Lots now from the outside. He's trying to create some separation. Back over to Morrison. It's not like Carencro didn't have quite a few good looks, too. You know, it's how you have to shoot against the bigs, and then the shot's just not falling.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some wide open looks from time to time and just didn't make them fall. There's another one.
Morrison with the mid-range. I mean, that was a pretty good look, get separation on the step back. He just couldn't find a way to make the bucket.
Yeah, I don't dislike the shots at all, Blaine. You know, we're not taking bad shots. It's just they're not falling.
Are you surprised? You know, Carencro might try to do, pressure them on defensively a little bit more. Turnover right there, batted away from Bernard. Morrison gets it. He's going to go down the floor quickly. It'll be help side blocked, but they got the foul with the body underneath. That'll be the first time Carencro's going to go to the line tonight as Morrison will have an opportunity for 2. You know, I think maybe you press them a little bit, make them uncomfortable. They have been prone to turn the basketball over. You might get lucky and be able to turn some defense into offense. Front end of the free throws off the front iron, no good. Nothing's falling at this point.
Nothing, Blaine. You know, we haven't scored since they opened the possession.
Carencro's going to go real small now as they get Joseph Jones in for Monroe.
Maybe they're looking to push the floor.
They are going to look to play a little full court action now for Carencro. KB forced to guard one of the bigs, Bab on the other one. Snatched out of the air and going to go to the basket. Couldn't finish and rebounded by Bernard. Gets it over to Lotz. Quickly gets it to Jones. Jones gets it into the corner to Marson. Marson off the back iron, no good.
Another open shot. I like the shot. And just not falling, Blaine.
With this group, you're going to get a lot more scrappier and play full court. Force them to try to take bad shots and see if you can't come up with some rebounds. They couldn't come up with the defensive board there as Warren fought and got it. Carencro fouls him on the body, and they'll take the basketball out underneath their goal. Carencro's did a good job denying the bigs from underneath their own basket despite the large height difference. And, I mean, they're doing all they can.
You know, if we can find a way to make some baskets, this is a game, Blaine. You know, it's just we're having a tough time scoring. Defensively, I think we're okay. There we go.
D. Lotz drops the mid-range jumper. 12-6 now as they cut the lead in half. And you got to credit KB and CBAB are really battling underneath all they can.
Yeah, playing physical defense. I like it. You know, and just continue doing what you're doing on the defensive end of the ball.
It's going to be a foul on the floor as Bab came over on the help side. I think that's who they got with CBAB. Coach Kovac talking with the official right here saying, watch those guys as they jockey in for position underneath. A lot of forearms being thrown.
Yeah, I've seen it. And just keep an eye out for it. You know, that's
I don't think
Kovac
it's egregious at this point.
No.
Carencro playing a really good defense right now. They go up and under and finish at
Alfred,
the basket.
The 6'3" senior.
This team got some height all the way around. Look, they're going to come out and guard Carencro man to man. The bigs are having to sag off further down. Look at the height difference between Jones and Warren, coach. As they switch on him now, Senegal is going to guard Jones. D. Lotz gets it over to Bernard. Bernard looking for the flashers, gets it back to Lotz at the top of the floor. Lotz is the step back, lets it fly off the backboard and basket. Bab still fighting for possession of the ball. Ultimately, the Teurlings get possession. Teurlings, they like to play at a snail's pace, though, Coach. They're completely content. They're able to find the mismatch underneath and finish as Babineau was doing all he can to deny the basketball. Not much more you could ask for your guys.
No, I mean, other than finding ways to score the ball, I think it's not a bad job of playing basketball tonight. We just got to find a way for the ball to get in the basket.
Babineau has it out on the wing now. Thought momentarily to let it fly. Thought better of it. Now it's Bernard. They're going to get the Rebels with a foul on 10. Looks like it's going to be a push-off on Bernard. It's going to be Carencro's basketball on the far sideline.
Looks like Teurlings bringing a couple of new guys in. It looks like number 1, that's Kane, a 5'10 junior, finally some size that we can match up with. And 11, Oliver, 5'8 senior.
They're trying to find that matchup as Lotz is banging them down below. Coach has asked them to spread the floor out a little bit. When you do that, though, those guys just like to sag, not really play full man-to-man. Gets it on the outside. Jones is going to try to drive now. They quickly shut it down, whips it out to Bernard. Bernard gets it deep. He tries to finish at the rim, couldn't do it.
I thought that was a nice drive and not a bad job of getting to the basket and just can't make it fall.
Another turnover for Teurlings allows Carencro to get possession of the basketball. 16-6 with 17 seconds left to play. Carencro with 3 points in the first quarter, 3 points in the second quarter. And that's all she wrote so far. 10 seconds left. Bav gets the ball, 5 seconds. Bernard lets it fly. He drains it. Doubles Carencro's offensive production in the quarter. That'll do it from the first half from the Bears Den. It's now 16-9. When we come back, we'll have thoughts from the first half and what Carencro needs to do in the second half right here on your home for Carencro High Basketball, the Carencro Bears Network.
Our commitment to transparency and top-tier service. Using advanced tools and innovative technology, we provide a complimentary digital vehicle inspection featuring a detailed 70-point assessment with high-resolution visuals. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, engine diagnostics, transmission care, or helping you find the perfect vehicle to add to your family, we've got you covered. Our friendly service advisors connect with customers and work closely with skilled technicians, ensuring clear communication. The DVI helps you understand your vehicle's health, empowering you with the knowledge and confidence that your vehicle is in expert hands. Trust is our foundation, and we earn it with every turn of the wrench.
Are you ready to launch your future? Welcome to the Academy of Information Technology at Carencro High School, the premier magnet academy for cutting-edge education in computer science, information technology, and media arts. Dive into a world where your interests come alive. In AOIT, you'll explore technology like never before, mastering essential skills in HTML and Python while gaining hands-on experience in daily TV production and innovative media projects. Our partnership with LSU and affiliation with the National Academy Foundation means you'll receive top-tier computer science education. Imagine leaving the academy with industry-standard credentials from Microsoft, Adobe, and CompTIA, plus a stunning portfolio that showcases your skills. Don't just dream about the future, create it. Follow your passion in tech and join AOIT today. Apply now at LafayetteChoice.com/apply. Your future starts here.
Your home isn't just a place, it's your foundation, your future, and your dream. At Edge Mortgage, we don't just process loans, we unlock possibilities. Local experts, personal service, faster closings, because your dreams deserve nothing less. Call us today to get your dream of home ownership started. Edge Mortgage, the key to your home.
At Carencro Automotive Center, trust drives our commitment to transparency and top-tier service. Using advanced tools and innovative technology, we provide a complimentary digital vehicle inspection featuring a detailed 70-point assessment with high-resolution visuals. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, engine diagnostics, transmission care, or helping you find the perfect vehicle to add to your family, we've got you covered. Our friendly service advisors connect with customers and work closely with skilled technicians, ensuring clear communication. The DVI helps you understand your vehicle's health, empowering you with the knowledge and confidence that your vehicle is in expert hands. Trust is our foundation, and we earn it with every turn of the wrench.
Welcome back in live from the Bears Den as Carencro trails Teurlings at the break 16-9. We're joking around and trying to have a good time. It's not a lot to be excited about tonight as Carencro's offense has been just stifled every stop of the way. Points for the night, Joseph Jones coming in with a 3 on the opening possession. From there, Dentrell Morrison, he has a free throw to his credit. D. Lotz with a mid-range jumper, and then Kendrick Bernard hit a three-pointer as the first half was wrapping up. Outside of that, Carencro's had some decent shots. They've been altered, couldn't finish at the rim, and just couldn't buy a basket from the mid-range or the three-point line. I think what they got to continue to do is just keep shooting. shooters shoot. You got to keep just plugging away at it. I think we were talking to Coach Wayne in the halftime break there, and he talked about, man, you got to go to, a 5-wide motion and spread them out and, try to force those bigs from outside the basket, but also not be afraid to let it fly.
Yeah, I mean, look, take the chances. We scored 9 points in 2 quarters, Take the opportunities. Look, I think on the opposite side of the court, we're playing good defense, And look, we're playing pretty good defense regardless of who we had on the court. When we had the bigs, when we had the smaller guys that could shoot a little better from the outside. I mean, look, you look at the points, and we've
it's all the little
22 Warren has 4 points. We've limited him to 4 points. And, Senegal, the 6'7" senior, he has 8. So the 2 bigs have 12 of the 16 points. But, I mean, undersized and all, you're not playing a bad job of defense.
No, and look, the bigs for Carencro really got to get involved. And even if it's not giving you any points on the other side of the floor, they got to give you something on the defensive side and just get more physical with it. I'll say, Hayden Monroe tonight so far scoreless. Jaden Baptiste so far scoreless. Those are guys that combine average 18 points a ball game. I saw a couple times that Hayden had a couple good looks, but he was very unsure of himself if he wanted to take the floater, wanted to take the jumper. You got to get in his head and say, look, man, just whatever you do, be confident in it. Go in with the game plan and don't be afraid to bang. I think you need to see more from Carencro's big men in the second half to create some spark or some offense for this team. I also think you're going to have to see that defense get nasty, get involved, get inside of them. Try to force more turnovers to see if they can't lead to offensive possessions on the other side of the floor.
Yeah, and I mean, look, looking at the whole first half, Teurlings has been prone to turn the ball over. We've gotten after it, and I would not be opposed to seeing a little bit more maybe full court pressure and try to get some turnovers and run the court a little quicker. I don't know if that's something Kovac and company have in mind, but I would not mind taking a chance at it and see how that could affect the Teurlings Rebels moving forward.
If you're just joining us right now, it is halftime of the ball game where your Carencro Bears trail 16-9. We're over on the Carencro Bears Network. And, Coach, we're bringing all the home games live to you on the Carencro Bears Network all season long from the hardwood, including on Friday night. We'll be back in action right here as Carencro faces Acadiana Renaissance. Am I doing that right? Acadiana Renaissance Charter School. Is that doing it right?
Acadiana Renaissance Charter Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do it well. So we'll be back in action. And, of course, we do this all because of our fine sponsors. And we thank all of them for making this possible to bring to you each and every home game. And, of course, if you want to get in action and be a sponsor on the Carencro Bears Network, don't hesitate to reach out. And you could be a part of the great things that we do here. We're the AOIT department and, of course, led by the director, Mr. Seth Dickerson. And our guy, Benji Desatel, recent graduate, comes in and makes it happen each and every ball game. Super appreciated of those folks. We're going to take our last break of the halftime show. When we come back, we'll talk more about what Carencro needs to do in the second half and get the second half underway right here on Carencro Bears Network.
At Carencro Automotive Center, trust drives our commitment to transparency and top-tier service. Using advanced tools and innovative technology, we provide a complimentary digital vehicle inspection featuring a detailed 70-point assessment with high-resolution visuals. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, engine diagnostics, transmission care, or helping you find the perfect vehicle to add to your family, we've got you covered. Our friendly service advisors connect with customers and work closely with skilled technicians, ensuring clear communication. The DVI helps you understand your vehicle's health, empowering you with the knowledge and confidence that your vehicle is in expert hands. Trust is our foundation, and we earn it with every turn of the wrench.
At Raising Cane's, we're hyper-focused on being the best at what we do and getting it right every time. Cook-to-order chicken fingers, cane sauce, crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, Texas toast, iced tea, and lemonade. It's our one love. But is the hype real? Yeah, it's real good. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Are you ready to launch your future? Welcome to the Academy of Information Technology at Carencro High School, the premier magnet academy for cutting-edge education in computer science, information technology, and media arts. Dive into a world where your interests come alive. In AOIT, you'll explore technology like never before, mastering essential skills in HTML and Python while gaining hands-on experience in daily TV production and innovative media projects. Our partnership with LSU in affiliation with the National Academy Foundation means you'll receive top-tier computer science education. Imagine leaving the academy with industry-standard credentials from Microsoft, Adobe, and CompTIA, plus a stunning portfolio that showcases your skills. Don't just dream about the future, create it. Follow your passion in tech and join AOIT today. Apply now at LafayetteChoice.com/apply. Your future starts here.
Welcome back to the Bears Den. Your Golden Bears trail at the half, 16-9 against the Teurlings Rebels. It's a game where offensive points have been at a premium for Carencro as they drained a 3 on their opening possession. After that, couldn't buy a basket until the second quarter. Coach, if they're going to have to win this game, they're going to have to shoot from the outside, force the bigs to start playing more on the perimeter, see if that frees you up underneath. But it all starts with outside shooting in my mind.
Yeah, I agree, and I think Kovac and company have the same idea as we go out with a smaller crew, all of which can shoot from the perimeter. We'll see how that pans out for us in the third quarter.
Teurlings gets the ball to start the half, and Carencro again, like Coach Franchek just mentioned, they're going to go small and try to force the action. Teurlings, without one of their big guys in the game, go straight down to the post. Couldn't finish. No fear, though. Senegal on the offensive glass picks up the rebound and the score, bring the lead back to 9.
Yeah, when the ball goes up, Blaine, we got to find the bigs and at least attempt to block them out and make them jump over us if they're going to do that. Don't let them get a free path to the goal.
Carencro trying to spread them out right now, playing a little one-on-one action, getting to the floor, but they are going to call a foul on Teurlings, waiting on the official calls. It will be a travel on Carencro on the turnover. I thought it was – I think that's the right call, Coach.
I do. I agree. And, it goes against the Bears, but we're going to be fair and call it like it should be, and that was definitely a travel.
Carencro's going to pick them up full court now, just as Coach Franchek talked about. Got to force them into the action. Trying to force the awkward shots, and they get an awkward shot right there with the rebound from Bernard. Quickly going down the floor as they get it over to Seabag. Seabag back over to Morrison. They're going to spread them out again. One-on-one, Morrison whips it back out to Jones. Jones to Babineau, Babineau to Lotz. There's just a little motion offense at the top. Just weave in and out. Lotz takes it to the hope. Couldn't come up with the floater. That's another shot that was adjusted, though, Coach.
Yeah, no doubt. He kind of hung up there and sat back and just let it float, and not the typical shot that he would take. And it
help side defense pokes it away. Morrison quickly on the other side. Gets it out to Bernard. Bernard flies from the outside off the front iron. Rebounded for the Rebels, and now they want to play with a little pace. They're going to try to get down before Carencro can. Gets it into the corner and back underneath. They're going to get Lotz with the body on the foul. Teurlings is going to take it out underneath their own basket. I like the ideal, though, what Carencro's trying to accomplish right here. A couple of those shots fall, and they've had better looks outside of that, spreading them out, running that motion.
And I like the open shots, Coach. Like we said, we got to take them, and eventually they'll fall.
We're hopeful. Teurlings whips it around. They're going to let one fly from the outside. It's going to be long and out of bounds. Good job by Morrison bodying out the Teurlings Rebel player for it to go out of bounds. Morrison looking like he was going to attack. Now he'll back out. Jones looking for a little one-on-one match. He's going to get into the paint. Out to Babineau to Lotz. I'm kind of curious why Babineau didn't take a shot there. Jones gets an open look. He's going to let it fly. It's going to be off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by the Rebels. Got to keep shooting them, though. Rebels going to try to go with some pace, and they're going to finish on the foul. He'll go to the line for a three-point opportunity as Teurlings extends the lead. It's now 20-9 with 5:12 left to play in the third.
You know, shots are still not falling, but I like the shots we're taking, and you just got to find a way to make them fall. It's kind of the story of the night, Blaine.
Law of averages, right? Free throws no good, and Lotz is going to go with some pace straight down the lane, and they're going to get a blocking foul underneath the basket on the shot. Lotz is going to go to the line for 2. I thought at first they were going to get him for a charge. Looked like the Teurlings Rebel defender had set up quite a bit early there.
Yeah, I thought so too, and Lotz did something with his body and torqued it, and looked like, I guess, the Rebel defender had to kind of move just a hair. And
looked like you on the dance floor, Coach.
Oh, man, back in the day.
Before we got old, of course.
Yeah, man, if I do that anymore, I'm hurt.
Be out for a
week.
couple days, huh? Lotz's first free throws up, and Carencro's in double digits on the night. I'm with you, Coach. Is hell getting old. Second free throw's a little long as it'll be rebounded by the Rebels, and they're going to try to bring the ball down quicker now and play with more of a pace. So that's what that defense does, Coach. Forces you to play at the pace you want to play at. Jones is a good on-ball defender. Switching out, talking well. You hear Coach Kovac tell him to talk on the screens. They're kind of running the same offense as Carencro is. Look like they got away with a travel off the missed basket. You got the offensive rebound, still battling us on the floor. Coming up with the rebound is going to be Babineau. Babineau's going to quickly get the ball out to Jones. Jones looking to get down the floor quickly. He gets it to Marson. Marson to the rack. He finishes with the foul.
You know, that time both of the bigs from the Teurlings Rebels were caught on the other side of the court, and we were finally able to drive to the basket, not adjusting anything, and have a chance for 3 here.
Great job by Morrison taking advantage of that and finishing in traffic with the foul. He gets the free throw to fall and gets the old-fashioned three-point play. Carencro trails by 7 now with 4:22 to play in the third.
D. Lotz
coming up with the steal. He gets it over to Morrison. Morrison turns it over.
We have got to take advantage of those opportunities, winning if we get them.
Flush on the other end on the offensive rebound by Senegal. 22-13. Lead still just 9. Carencro, like you mentioned, they had an opportunity there. It ended with points on the other side. Morrison's floater no good, just a little too strong.
I know people are going to get tired of hearing me say it, but again, I like the shot.
Gotta finish those.
Gotta finish.
Good defense by Carencro. KB coming over with a little help side defense from Seabab. He gets it back outside. He'll let it fly from the outside. That's going to be long. Initially looked like it was going to be rebounded by Lotz, but it was knocked out of his hands by a Rebel. It'll be Carencro basketball. That was a bad shot for them outside of their offense, I think.
Yeah, I agree, Blaine. And
not complaining. I'm just saying that kind of goes against what they've been doing the whole night.
The Rebels will take one big man off and bring another one in. They got smaller. It's about 6'1" now.
Jones getting the ball deep into the paint. Gets it over to Seabab. Seabab lets it fly off the back iron. Marson goes for the rebound. He gets it. Gets it back out to Bernard. Bernard back out to Bab. Bab gets it to Jones. Jones gets into the lane, kicks it out. It's going to be Lotz from the corner. It's going to be no good. KB tried to tip it in. Couldn't get it to go, and that'll be a foul on KB.
Look, I thought that was just an effort foul.
Yeah,
you know,
he was fighting for the basketball.
And, good effort.
Carencro continuing to stay small. Hadn't went against their opening lineup from the second half. Ball gets knocked around a couple times. Will finally fall inside the Teurlings Rebels underneath the basket.
That ball went through the legs of 3 guys before it finally found the hands of a Rebel.
And by the way, who did it find? Senegal right underneath the basket. Carencro coming up with a sub, going to get a big in for the first time in the second half. It'll be Hayden Monroe checking in for Kendrick Bernard. Kendrick Bernard with 3 fouls on the night. Coach Kovac will get him a breather. We'll see if Monroe can give him a little size underneath.
I like the way you said that, Blaine. A little size.
And usually it's a big size, Coach. It's usually, he's kind of a towering. Turnover right there for the Rebels as it's stolen by Jones. Jones brings it down the other side of the floor. Marson gets it. Marson takes it to the rack. He's trying to finish, and he'll get fouled going up for a shot. He'll go to the line for 2. I like the decisiveness, though, with Marson in the second half.
I tell you, Morrison is not scared to drive on anybody. That's the second time he's went up to the basket with confidence, and I like it.
I love it. We talked about it in an earlier broadcast. I expect to see a lot out of Marson on the gridiron next fall as a receiver and defensive back as he gets the first free throw to fall, make it 22-14 with 2:15 to play in the third. He has heart, Coach.
Very much so. Very coachable, well-rounded player. Tough.
Off the front end of the
very
iron.
Coachable.
Teurlings will bring it down quickly. Babb fighting for position. He'll head the baby hook right over him, though, and they'll finish to get the lead to 10. Right back to Marson. Coach is asking him, you can hear Coach Kovac, move it, move it, move it. He wants to see him move a little quicker, a little more pace. See if you can't catch him in an awkward position.
Yeah, make those big guys jump out and guard somebody.
And then cut underneath them. There you go, nice pass. As they find a flashing Seabab, and he finishes at the rack. 24-16 now with 1:34 to play in the third. Teurlings coming down quickly on the other side. As Senegal took a couple leaps, and he was already at the rack. He'll get fouled going up for 2 by Babineau. He'll go to the line for a couple. I like to see those 9 teams that beat Teurlings, huh? They must have some size.
They must have some size, too.
That first free throw is going to be in and out of the basket, no good.
You know, Blaine, if they don't have size, they found a way to make the 3-ball fall.
Yeah, or you shoot the ball really well from the outside. You're right about that. Second free throw is going to be up and in, as it's going to be a 9-point game, as Carencro is going to look to play quickly. Seabab gets it on the outside. He's going to go straight to the hole. He's going to finish in traffic. And 1.
I'll take it.
Seabab trying to give him a little spark as he heats up. He's going to go to the line for the 3-point play as the lead's down to 7.
Now I'm looking at it. We had 3 the first quarter, 6 the second quarter. We got 9 the third quarter. If we can keep on doubling it up and continue to play defense, we have a shot, Blaine.
You're the math guy, Coach. I'm going to lean on you, Coach. I'm going to lean on you for some math.
If we continue, we can get up to 36.
There you go. 36 might be able to do it, too. They'll get Carencro with a foul, and it'll put bonus situation on the Bears, so the Rebels will go to the free throw line. First free throw is up and in. They had a dandy of a JV game as Carencro made a three-pointer with a second left to beat Teurlings 32-30. It's a heck of a game. Second free throw is up and in, and the lead goes back to 9. DeLotz takes the ball down the floor, makes one guy miss, and he's going to go to the hoop where he'll get the foul on the body, and Carencro will take it out underneath the basket. Looks like there will
5
be
fouls?
bonus situation. Be 2 shots for Carencro, as Teurlings will now be over the limit.
You know, I'm still trying to get used to this, Blaine.
Yeah,
the old days it was a 1-and-1.
Yeah.
And now it's 2 shots. I have to keep reminding myself. I almost said for the 1-and-1, and I guess it wouldn't have mattered because he made the first, but
Lots makes the first, as you mentioned. We're like the grumpy old men now, Coach. Get off my lawn. Yeah. Back in my day.
Yes, indeed.
Lots of second free throws going to go up and in, and Carencro cuts it back to 7. Teurlings takes down the basketball with a big, and Monroe's going to guard him on the outside. Going to get Carencro with a foul. CBAB. It feels a little ticky-tack. Let him play. Bonus situation. He'll go to the line for 2. Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna call that, I'm okay with it. But make sure we see those eyes the entire time when there's a little pushing and shoving going on.
I let him play. He makes the first of 2 free throws, not a one-on-one situation in the bonus. Is the second year or the third year?
Of the 1-and-1?
Yeah.
Or the 2? Coach, it's definitely 2. Definitely 2.
He makes both of them as they're going to extend the lead to 9. So they're going to make a sub and bring Stute in.
They actually got taller. 5'8" replaced with 5'9".
Less than a minute left to play in the third quarter. Carencro trailing by 9. Jones had a look at it, decided not to take it. Goes with the floater off the right hand. It's too long. Rebounded by the Rebels. Rebels have an opportunity to bring it back to double digits here, and they do as he takes it right to the rack, finishes in traffic, and will go to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Great job driving to the basket right there by number 5, Senegal. You got to give it to him. Tucked his head down and made his way.
Didn't take him long. Couple strides, he's down there. That big 6'7" frame that the senior uses as they go back in with a defensive sub.
Wondered if he's a football guy. He looks like he got a football girdle on under those shorts. Either that or he got into Coach Mikey's locker room and got one. I'm not sure.
Coach Mikey Corville, heck of a year, first-year head coach for the Teurlings Rebels, undefeated regular season. Another Carencro grad, Mike Richard, offensive coordinator there. Congrats to those guys on both an excellent football season for the Rebels. Lots' free throw is in. Cuts the lead back down to 11 with 37 seconds left to play.
I heard in the football sense, an inadvertent whistle.
I did. I was kind of worried. Lots might have heard it too. Didn't phase him. He was able to drain it. Second free throw attempt is off the back iron. Going to be a long rebound for the Teurlings Rebels. Defended by Chance Babineau and knocked out of bounds. It'll give Carencro an opportunity to set up the press. Monroe's playing off. He's the only one not wanting to play too close on Senegal. As Senegal called a timeout on the dribble. Man. He did not have possession of that basketball. They're going to give Teurlings a timeout. I don't know about that one. I think the ball was away from the body at the time he called the timeout. I don't know if he regained the possession of the basketball. The ref didn't see it that way.
Blaine, I'm gonna
We've been calling it fair.
From,
We've been calling it fair.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean,
that was one
I don't know.
I don't know about that one. Good defense there by Hayden Monroe. Teurlings will keep possession of the basketball, up by 11 with 24.3 seconds left in the third quarter. Coach Kovac didn't like it either. Looked like Lane Kiffin throwing his clipboard in the air right there. Maybe not as much height. Back over into the front court for the Rebels. Rebels look content playing
for the last
shot unless they get a good look at it. They get it down into the paint, go straight to the rack. Didn't finish, but coming up with the rebound and getting fouled going back up was Alford. Alford to go for the line for 2, and this could give Teurlings their biggest lead of the night. Rebounding for Carencro. I like to see him just you box people out a little more, use a little bit more of the body. They allowed him to come in from the outside and get possession as he makes the first free throw to get the lead to 12.
Yeah, find bodies and keep them out the paint when you're trying to find those rebounds. And easier said than done.
You know, that's why we're sitting out here. He makes the second free throw, and Teurlings has the biggest lead of the night, up by 13. 8.7 seconds left to play in the third as D. Lotz brings the ball down the floor. Lotz spins off of the defender, lets it fly into the paint. They'll call a foul on the shot, and Lotz will go to the line for two. Feels like this last 30 seconds, we had a break in play every couple seconds, Coach.
The first half flew by, and third quarter a little bit more scoring, a little bit more fouls. And
first shot off the front of the rim, no good. 2.7 seconds. Lotz trying to get it back down to 12. He'll make it. Carencro's going to try to deny right here in for the Rebels. And there'll be a foul on the floor. Teurlings will go to the line for two as they're in the bonus.
Man. We cannot touch that guy there.
That's a bad
You're giving him
foul.
an opportunity for 2 points here. Can't let that happen if you're a Golden Bear.
They had cut it to 12. Now it'll be back to the biggest lead of the night and look to extend that lead, and they will. They'll go into the fourth quarter leading Carencro 35-22. We're going to step aside when we come back. It'll be time for fourth quarter action. Can the Bears make a comeback? Right here on your home for all things Carencro High, the Carencro Bears Network.
Are you ready to launch your future? Welcome to the Academy of Information Technology at Carencro High School, the premier magnet academy for cutting-edge education in computer science, information technology, and media arts. Dive into a world where your interests come alive. In AOIT, you'll explore technology like never before, mastering essential skills in HTML and Python while gaining hands-on experience in daily TV production and innovative media projects. Our partnership with LSU and affiliation with the National Academy Foundation means you'll receive top-tier computer science education. Imagine leaving the academy with industry-standard credentials from Microsoft, Adobe, and CompTIA, plus a stunning portfolio that showcases your skills. Don't
That's
just
somebody that can body him up.
Welcome back to the Bears Den for the fourth quarter as your Golden Bears trail Teurlings 35-22 as they're looking to come back or pull the comeback here in the fourth quarter. Jones is going to get the ball into Morrison. Morrison to D. Lotz. Lotz makes a quick, decisive move to the basket. He'll come up with the floater. No good. Rebounded by Senegal. Teurlings will go quickly down the floor. I'm surprised they're playing with the pace. And they'll turn it over again on the travel and give Carencro the basketball back. Shocked they're not trying to play slower.
Yeah, you know, they look content kind of all night playing slow, and I would think they would just continue doing that and try to run this game out.
KB gets to the basket. He'll let it fall and get the and one to go to the line for the three-point play. Trying to give Carencro a spark. KB's kind of been battling those fouls as he's been asked to be physical tonight with a couple of the big fellas from Teurlings. He'll make the three-point play happen. 6 points on the night for Kendrick Bernard. 10-point game with 7:30 left to play. They're forcing him to play further away from the basket, Coach, just like you want. Jones now on the – they're playing the same style of offense as Carencro, really. Little motion look. They get a nice clean look underneath the basket. Couldn't finish. Carencro forces an awkward shot, and coming up with the rebound is Morrison the other way. Morrison looking to go to the rack. He'll get the ball knocked from him over to Jones. Jones thought about the three, decided not to go for it, brings it in, kicks it out to Morrison. He'll let it fly. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Senegal.
Wide open shot, you got to take them. We just got to hope they fall.
I'm surprised Jones didn't take the shot. It was in the flow of the offense, too. They'll get Carencro with a foul as Jones fouls Oliver.
Olivier, I'm sorry. Looks like Olivier. I'm not sure.
Couldn't stop ball. You got to stop ball there. Can't let him get that deep into the paint. Free throw's going to go in. Give them an 11-point advantage. Teurlings is making their fair share from the charity stripe tonight. That's kind of been their MO, though, right? They never kind of let you into the game because they do make their free throws.
Yep.
While they are turnover prone, they do a lot of small things well. Now they're going to come out and a little extended zone look. Trying to get into the penetration of this defense to hit the cutter, looking for Lots. It'll go out of bounds. Teurlings basketball. That's a scary defense with those big guys in the middle of the paint, Coach.
Yeah, I do like forcing the big guy to try to bring it down the court, but they're pretty good at dishing it off. They tower over everybody and just dish it to whoever they want.
37-25, 12-point game. 6:08 left to play. It'll be a foul on Lots. It'll be Lots' third foul of the night.
Definitely cannot let Teurlings get into the bonus early in this fourth quarter.
No, not the way they shoot free throws.
Not the way they're shooting those free throws.
Especially the way you need to get back into the ball game. Might try to, create a couple more possessions. Almost turned over there for the Rebels. They're patient, though, right?
Yeah.
They don't get overly concerned. Just play within the offense. You don't see that very much on a high school kid. As he gets the ball back into the paint. Trying to finish at the rim is Senegal, but he's fouled.
That'll be 4 on Kendrick Bernard.
Go to the line for 2. That's KB's 4th. Still 5:34 left to play. Don't see any action coming off the bench quite yet. Looks like they're going to stick with Bernard in the game. First free throw is in. Second free throw off the back iron. Rebounded by Lots. Lots trying to get down the floor quickly. He will. Euro step in the lane. Tries it with the left hand. Couldn't finish. Is that altering of the shot, Coach?
Kind of the ammo all night for the Teurlings Rebels.
Finish in the paint for the Rebels. They're going to get this lead to 15, the biggest of the night, 40-25. Letting it fly from the outside is Morrison. Way too long, rebounded by the Rebels. Look, they're probably going to see more of those through the rest of the game. Going to have to if you want. There's just not enough possessions left in the game. You're going to have to. It's going to be stolen. Morrison comes up with the loose ball. He's going to go to the basket and finish. KB created the turnover. Morrison finished it. 40-27.
I agree, Blaine, that we gotta continue to shoot the ball from beyond the arc. The downside is if they don't fall, the game could really get a little uglier than what it really is.
I mean, look, you're not playing to keep it close in the newspaper. If you want to have a chance to win, that's your best chance to win. But, trailing by 13 when, that's half your offensive production for the game almost. Stolen by Lots, but he's going to give it right back to Teurlings, so he keeps it in bounds. Stolen by Seabab, though. He'll go the other way. Babineau into the paint. He has to alter the shot, but Lots comes up with the rebound. Gets it over to Kendrick Bernard. Kendrick Bernard makes a man miss and goes to the hole, and he's going to throw it up almost in. He'll go to the line for 2.
Foul on Senegal. He don't like it. He's laughing about it, but kind of fussing with the ref.
Senegal's been the best of the bigs tonight. He has 17 points. Bernard finishes the first shot of both free throws, makes one, gets the lead back down to 12. Second free throws off the front iron, rebounded by Seabab. Seabab puts it up and in. The lead's now down to 10. Coach, this is where you need to come up with a turnover
or 2 or 3.
I would say get the crowd in and not many people here in the Bears Den tonight.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked. I don't know if it's a Tuesday night edition of Bears basketball, just limited people for both schools.
15-4 Bears team, you think you'd have a few more butts in the seats. They get the ball inside and finish as Warren was wide open on the layup. He'll put it in to extend the lead to 12. Timeout for Teurlings on the made basket. Probably telling his guys, just calm down, stay within yourself. 3:40 left to play in the ball game. Going to have to hit quite a few shots, Coach, if they're going to make it happen.
Kovac said that
He
they're
this.
kind of going to play through the big guys, right? Which would you expect anything different? I guess not. And 27 combined points between the two big guys for the Rebels, 27 of the 42.
Yeah,
I think he was dead on.
That's tough. I mean, I don't know how many Monroe has. I hadn't seen Jaden Baptiste touch the floor since the first half.
Yeah, I'm not sure if – I would assume he's healthy, but, yeah, he hadn't been on the court. I'm not sure.
So Carencro's too big. You know, if Monroe has a basket, that's probably enough. Second horn comes out as Carencro's going to have to come out on the floor. They'll go back with the small group. No Monroe, no Baptiste. Hadn't seen Wilson Landry a whole bunch in the second half either.
No, maybe once.
He's Carencro's leading three-point shooter on the year. Might see him spell in the second half. Or excuse me, late in this fourth quarter. Seabab weighing his options, gets it over to Bernard. Bernard tries to hit a streaking Lots. Ends up in the hands of Marson. Marson gets it over to Jones. Jones lets it fly off the back iron. Babineau battling for the rebound. He gets it to Lots. Marson gets it and gets it out to an open KB. They do a good job. KB gets in the paint, couldn't finish. Teurlings does a great job closing out, too, not allowing you to have really open looks. And with their length, they're able to do that,
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we're swinging the ball around, but somehow there's a red jersey in your face very quickly.
That defense hadn't turned into offense like Carencro had hoped for tonight, and this is exactly what Coach Kovac talked about in his scouting report. He knew points were going to be at a premium as they're still battling through it. Teurlings in no hurry to shoot the basketball, leading by 12. It's going to be stolen away by Lots, but he goes out of bounds. Teurlings will regain possession. 2:19 left to play. He's going to tell Carencro to D-Lots to back out of it as they'll let him take it in. Over to the hoop, too strong. Was it rebounded by Carencro? No, it'll be a jump ball situation, and Teurlings will keep possession of the basketball underneath their own basket. They're out physical, more physical than us, more patient than us. They're the better team tonight, Coach.
Unfortunately, I'll agree with you there, Blaine, and sometimes you're going to take them on the chin.
Lots forced it out of bounds. Forces the errant shot right there. Some good defense by KB. Carencro going to try to play with some pace. Jones gets the ball into the paint, whips it out to Marson. Marson lets it fly. That's in. As Carencro gets it to single digits now. 42-33 with 1:47 to play. Babineau in on defense, trying to force the turnover. They get the ball down into the block. I think Carencro's doing a great job battling, not giving up. Just the way the basketball's falling tonight, even 9 points feels like an uphill climb, much more than it would. Especially the style Teurlings is playing. Look how poised they are, Coach, and content.
They look like they're just willing to run this clock out.
Ooh. It's going to be a timeout for Teurlings. They were desperate for that timeout as that ball almost crossed the half-court line. It'll be a timeout for Teurlings. Leading by 9, 42-33. Coach, you have some big wrestling coming up as you gearing up for your state title run. With your team, you have a big tournament this weekend over in Walker.
Yeah, well, it's actually in Gonzales.
Gonzales, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll be at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center on Friday and Saturday. It used to be called the Lehigh Wrestling Tournament, but now it's been changed several years back to the Louisiana Classic, arguably the biggest tournament in the state, even considering the state tournament, because all divisions wrestle all divisions. There's no classifications. I'll bring about 4 guys there, and then the rest of the team will just go to Rain High for a tournament on Saturday as we look to push our way and hopefully wrestle well leading up to the state tournament.
Best of luck to the Carencro High wrestling team as they get after it on the mat. Teurlings taking the basketball out on the far sideline. Carencro defending, trying to deny ball. As Teurlings gets it in, and they'll get Morrison with a foul on the body.
I think that'll be 5.
I think that's going to put Teurlings into the bonus as Carencro crosses the 5 threshold. Teurlings makes the first one of 2, as we reminded you, no one-on-one situation anymore, as it's now a 10-point game. Makes the second one to be an 11-point game as they'll sub out defensive replacements. So they get the lead back to double digits. Seems like 9's where Carencro's capped at since deep in the first half. Menard gets it out to Seabab. Seabab lets it fly off the back iron, rebounded by the Rebels. Just can't buy the basket. Long bounce pass and over to Price. Price finishes at the basket with no foul. It's a 13-point game. Lots on the other side of the floor. He drops one in, brings the lead back to 11, and Coach will get the timeout. I know you guys are headed over to Gonzales this week, but you had a good showing over at the Ken Cole tournament at Como a week ago, Coach. Tell us about how your Bears came out of that tournament.
Overall as a team, we placed right at about the top 20 out of about 64 teams. We're still young and growing. The guys that did really well, Jamaric Chasson made the podium, placed 6th. And Gavin Joseph missed it by one match. He lost in the placement match, the blood round. And Cayman George, my heavyweight, that's 285, but he's really only 230. But he placed 6th. At Ken Cole, and I'll be bringing both of those guys to the Louisiana Classic this weekend, and hopefully they can continue to do well for me.
Kendrick Menard comes up with the turnover, couldn't finish at the rack. Morrison gets the rebound, and he gets foul going up for 2. He'll go to the line, 2 shots. Morrison's he impresses me every time I see him. Just plays so much bigger than his stature. He gets the first one to fall. He has 11 points tonight, leading all Carencro Bears. He gets the second one to fall as well.
That's that 9-point lead that we just can't find a way to make any smaller.
Timeout. Carencro forces him to take a timeout. That 9-point lead. Full timeout. Coach Jake Duet will take. 31.9 seconds left to play.
Just kind of looking ahead, I guess, Blaine, I'm talking about even further, like I'm talking next year, we'll be playing these Teurling Rebels more often, moving forward, being in the same classification, moving forward. I would assume it won't be in the same district, but I would assume we probably play them a little bit more often. And as I look at their roster, it's a breath of fresh air to see that, like 7 of the 9 guys on that roster are seniors, including those Twin Towers. I would not be upset to not have to face those guys again moving forward.
On the 16th, of course, Friday, we'll be back in action here from the Bears Den, live on Carencro Bears Network as Carencro face Acadiana Renaissance Charter Academy. Carencro's trying to get him to turn it over. D. Lots comes up with the foul into the bonus. They'll go to the line for 2. After that, dude, Carencro will try to close out the non-district slate. They'll go to H.L. Bourgeois on the 23rd, and then back home against St. Thomas More on the 27th before opening district play. They've played some tough competition, building up those power points as they'll go into district with I think this is a district that's pretty wide open, as he'll make the free throw to extend the lead back to 11, 48-37. It's a district that Carencro can contend and have an opportunity to win. Larson
I would agree with you.
couldn't finish. 20 seconds now left to play as Carencro turned it over, and Seabab will go to the rack. He couldn't finish. Wilson Landry puts it back up and in, and they get it back up to 9. 11 seconds left to play in the game. They call a timeout. Surprised they called the timeout, really, with only 11 seconds left to play. The lead being at 9. Crazier things have happened. Don't see it in the cards for tonight. But talk about going into district play, look, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. They're going to have to rebuild the confidence of the 2 big guys, in my opinion. Those are 2 guys that are going to be very important down the stretch, in Hayden Monroe and Jaden Batiste. You're going to need both of them in the district play as you look to contend for a district championship.
Yeah, you play these types of games, and, it got away from us early, and we had to kind of change maybe the mindset, the game plan. And those big guys just got to understand, hey, you got some games that you're going to have to go out and win us, and tonight just wasn't one of those. We got down early, and we needed some of those 3 balls, and that's not who you typically want on the court for that type of game. And
that's not really who we are as a team, too.
No doubt.
On the season, Carencro shooting the 3 ball is 95 of 304 for 31% behind the arc, which is not terrible, but it's just not who they are, and they foul Kendrick Bernard. That'll be Kendrick Bernard's 5th foul as he'll foul out. BJ will come in for him.
The points aren't going to show for KB, right? I mean, what he had, maybe 7.
He battled tonight,
but he
though.
battled. I thought he played physical and, just outsized Blaine, and it showed.
Guess one thing Kendrick Bernard's going to always do is give you that, physical toughness. First shot doesn't go in. For the big fella, that's Senegal. Senegal has 17 points on the night.
And it'll stay there.
Yeah, this will look like we'll probably close out. D-Lots lets it fly from the outside off the glass, and no good. That'll do it for the ball game. Carencro falls to Teurlings 48-39. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll recap this one and look ahead to Friday night's matchup right here on your home for everything Carencro, the Carencro Bears Network.
About the future, creative. Follow your passion in tech and join.
Your home isn't just a place.
At Carencro Auto.
Your home isn't just a place. It's your foundation, your future, and your dream. At Edge Mortgage, we don't just process loans, we unlock possibilities. Local experts, personal service, faster closings, because your dreams deserve nothing less. Call us today to get your dream of home ownership started. Edge Mortgage, the key to your home.
At Carencro Automotive Center, trust drives our commitment to transparency and top-tier service. Using advanced tools and innovative technology, we provide a complimentary digital vehicle inspection featuring a detailed 70-point assessment with high-resolution visuals. Whether it's an oil change, brake service, engine diagnostics, transmission care, or helping you find the perfect vehicle to add to your family, we've got you covered. Our friendly service advisors connect with customers and work closely with skilled technicians, ensuring clear communication. The DVI helps you understand your vehicle's health, empowering you with the knowledge and confidence that your vehicle is in expert hands. Trust is our foundation, and we earn it with every turn of the wrench.
At Raising Cane's, we're hyper-focused on being the best at what we do and getting it right every time. Cook-to-order chicken fingers, cane sauce, crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, Texas toast, iced tea, and lemonade. It's our one love. But is the hype real? Yeah, it's real good. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Are you ready to launch your future? Welcome to the Academy of Information Technology at Carencro High School, the premier magnet academy for cutting-edge education in computer science, information technology, and media arts. Dive into a world where your interests come alive. In AOIT, you'll explore technology like never before, mastering essential skills in HTML and Python while gaining hands-on experience in daily TV production and innovative media projects. Our partnership with LSU and affiliation with the National Academy Foundation means you'll receive top-tier computer science education. Imagine leaving the academy with industry-standard credentials from Microsoft, Adobe, and CompTIA, plus a stunning portfolio that showcases your skills. Don't just dream about the future, create it. Follow your passion in tech and join AOIT today. Apply now at LafayetteChoice.com/apply. Your future starts here.
Welcome back to the Bears Den, where your Carencro Golden Bears fall tonight, 48-39 against the Teurlings Rebels. It was a game that it never felt like they were truly in the ball game, as they couldn't get shots to fall, and the Teurlings bigs really controlled the entire pace of the ball game. While it, like you mentioned, they scored somewhere like 27 points combined, but they really forced you into bad shots constantly, and Carencro could never get off the hump. For the Bears tonight, though, we got to give a player of the game, and I think we're going to go with Derek Lotz. The senior had 9 points off the bench, and he kind of gave them a spark, played some gritty defense, and got the ball deep into the paint and tried to create as much as he could offensively.
Yeah, and I think you said it best. Look, the tell of the tape is the two big guys altered shots all night and forced us to miss way more than we needed to. You had to find a way to score some of those baskets. And look, we weren't very good from the perimeter either. Honestly, I don't know how good we were from the charity stripe. And in those types of games, you got to find ways to score the basket, and we didn't.
Well, Coach, this is a game where you kind of want to flush it. I think that's what Coach Kovac is probably telling the guys in the locker room right now. Look, let's flush this one, get on to the next one. Didn't have our best tonight, but we're going to have to play much better at home on Friday as you welcome in Acadiana Renaissance. Of course, we're going to have that ball game with you. We'll try to go live about 15 minutes prior to tip-off after the JV game, so keep those notifications on, like and subscribe so you know when we come on. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with us tonight. I appreciate my guy Derek Franchek, who was really just Johnny on the spot for me all night long. And in a game that kind of lulls you to sleep, appreciate you kind of keeping us consistent.
My pleasure.
I also want to thank our guy. You can't see him on the screen, but our guy Wayne Bernard, he really just feeds us all the inside info on the side of us and keeps us all entertained. That's Coach Wayne. We appreciate him as well. We'll see you Friday night in the Bears Den right here on your home for everything Carencro, the Carencro Bears Network.